The first entry for the OVA series of HEN TORI deals with the stories of the glory-seeking Akanemaru and the blood-seeking Gao, both of whom briefly cross paths, go their separate ways, and meet up again later in life as changed men, competing in a sculpting contest, all the while dealing with the memories of the women and lives they knew before. I'm going to be careful with what I say in this review, as not only am I talking about Osamu Tezuka, but I'm talking about what is considered to be his magnum opus. Considering how many stories Tezuka wrote throughout his career, that is certainly saying something. The theme of the specific story is right there in the title, karma. The feel of this is rampant with elements of an Aesop fable, and how the actions the characters take have consequence. There is also a common theme of tragic romance, with the relationships of Gao and the woman he meets on his travels, Hayame, along with Akanemaru, and the girl who immediately takes to him, Bushi, both of which leads to greater consequences based on their actions later on. The most interesting thing about this story is how the roles are practically reversed between Gao and Akanemaru by the end. I won't get into too much detail, but if you watch it yourself you will understand. Being a period piece, and how the scenes are shot, gives it an otherworldly look, especially with the mystical elements in the background. The entire OVA is more atmospheric than anything, which is surprising since, at the time of its creation, OVAs were usually a place where bigger was better, or at the least, more profitable. FIREBIRD chooses instead to follow its roots and let the emotion of the story be the action, and how the characters are shaped throughout their journey as the mold of the story. It chooses to be a slow, somber tale because it knows it's supposed to be. For the pros, it has excellent animation, because Madhouse never really disappoints on that front. It uses its runtime management fairly well, being able to tell a whole story in spite of how slow-moving it is. And it has a well-executed dreamlike tone, with the snowy environments and quiet attitude helping it. For the cons, it seems a bit too focused on being an Aesop rather than a story of characters. You can grow to like the two characters, but there's not enough interaction to truly feel like you understand them fully. And it can get a bit overzealous on the sad outcomes it tries to present. Considering it's only the first part of this series of OVAs, I'm not counting it as a huge con against the entire production. Recommended watch? There's not much I can say to sell an Osamu Tezuka story that its own pedigree wouldn't already do. I will say it's a slow burn of a story, slowly creeping around through softly implemented magical elements that aren't for the type of viewer looking for something more fast-paced. If you watch it expecting a slow-moving fairy tale, you'll be fine. In fact, you may find the whole experience astounding. Tezuka's heart and soul were poured out in this series of stories, and the same seems to be said of the studio adapting it for this OVA. FIREBIRD Karma Chapter HEN TORI HEN is not currently licensed, but you can find DVDs of series like it, such as the Phoenix anime from 2004, available for purchase at rightstuff.com, Funimation.com, SentaiFilmworks.com, and DiscoTechMedia.com. Stay classic.